Assalamu alaikum dear students, welcome back to the Learn Daily Physics. So today you can see on your screen that we are going to calculate the average energy by the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution. And why we need Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution? What is Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution? So today we will discuss these topics and we will try to calculate the average energy, which is equals to the half kT per degree of freedom, average kinetic energy. So let's proceed our lecture. A gas in a thermal equilibrium has particles of all velocities. When you give some temperature, a constant temperature, then the particle inside it will have all velocities. It means that it won't be distributed equally. The energy won't be equal for all of their particles, and the most probable distribution is given by Maxwellian distribution. That the most probable mean that most of the number of particles will have that probability or that velocity for that temperature. This is what Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution. Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution or the Maxwell distribution is a function which gives us the relation between the velocity and the temperature. It gives us a relation that for a certain temperature T, what will be the number of particles or what will be the probability density for a particle of having velocity u. For example, in a container you have, let's suppose you have 100 molecules. Most probable means that the maximum number of particles having that energy or having that velocity, because half mv square kinetic energy is equals to half mv square of half mu square. So velocity can be related with kinetic energy. So this is the relation or the function, you can say Maxwell distribution function. F of u is equals to under root m over 2 pi kt whole cube 4 pi u square e my kinetic energy over kt. This is a minus half mu square. U is the velocity here, half mu square is the kinetic energy, and kt. To make our function small, we assume that this constant here, this constant factor or this factor here is equal to the a. Okay, you can see on your screen that a is equals to this factor. Now this function will be equal to f of u is equals to ae minus mu square over 2kt. So this is the function what you have to keep in your mind. So we say that if we have n is equals to total number of particles, then what will happen? Now we have to average. Now we are going to calculate the average kinetic energy, which is equal to the half kT from this equation. So let's proceed our lecture. Let's proceed our mathematical work for this. So you know that what is an average energy? Average for a material or average is equals to E average is equals to sum of that value divided by the number of that value. This function here is the probability density. The function here is the probability density, and this probability density gives us the number of molecules or the number of particles having a certain velocity u at a certain temperature T. Okay, so this function, what this function gives us, this function gives us probability density. For what is probability density? The most probable values of number of molecules at that certain volume. Okay, for example, in that volume we have 10 particles having that velocity at that certain temperature. Okay, so now E average is equals to sum of that value divided by number of that value. So I told you number of that value is f of u. Okay, the number of that value is equals to f of u, and the total value is equals to, when you multiply this with its kinetic energy, and it is half mu square multiplied by f of u, and we will integrate this for average energy. We will integrate it from minus infinity to positive infinity with respect to du. Minus infinity to positive infinity du. You can see here. So now we have to put the values from this formula here. So E average will be equal to minus infinity to positive infinity half of mu square into a e minus half mu square over k t du divided by minus infinity to positive infinity f of. Today I will tell you a formula which will be very helpful for you in a quantum mechanics. It has so many benefits for you. It is Gauss's formula, Gauss's integral we will use here. Later we will use. So now, I write this f of u again. Here I should put this value. It will be a e minus half of mu square over k t du. Here a is constant, it will be cancelled out from above and below. So the term we have here is equals to a average minus infinity to the positive infinity half of mu square into minus e power minus half mu square over k t du. And in the denominator we will have minus infinity to positive infinity e minus half of mu square over k t du. So this is the integral. Now we have to solve this integral and this one here. Our integral looks a little bit difficult. We have to make it more simpler. So for that we have to assume something. We have to let something to make it simpler, and we have to integrate it with respect to u. So we have to assume or let something which have a direct relation with u. So here we have u square, and here we also have u square. So we will let a constant, or we will let whatever you want to let, say it will be a constant or variable. We are just assuming it that this term is equals to y square is equals to mu square over kt. If u is constant, this will be constant. If u is variable, this will be variable. So the thing we want, y is equals to u under root m over k t. Now you can see that we have a direct relation with y and u here. This y and u is having a direct relation with this term. So what will we do now? We will take this m in a third proportionality here. Y will be equals to u divided by kt over m. Or you can, if you don't do this, you simply reciprocal, take the reciprocal and multiply here. It will be u equals to under root kt over m y. Okay, now I'm doing next step. From here I will take the derivative of this equation, and it will be equals to d of u will be equals to under root kt over m d of y. The next step we will do that we will put the value of d of u here and here, and the value of u here, here and here. So let's proceed this. Minus infinity to positive infinity, I will do this in great hurry. U square will be equals to u square, here's the u, and its square will be kt over m y square, kt over m y square, m will be cancelled out here. Here we have 2 also. I'm missing something here, that you have to take 2 here, 2 here and 2 here. 2 will be here and 2 here, and now 2 here. 2 will be cancelled here. Whole this term will be equals to, we are not taking minus here, but this all term will be equals to y square here. Okay, so now where was I? Y square. Now into e, let's say it's in this bracket, e power minus half m over kt into u square will be equal to 2kt over m y square. Okay, this whole factor will be cancelled out with this here, and when you put the value of d u, this term in the denominator will be cancelled out with this term in the numerator will be cancelled out with the numerator. This term in the numerator will be cancelled out with the denominator here. When you write the value of this dy du, this term, this factor will be cancelled out above and below. So you will have, the only thing you will have is dy over dy integrating minus infinity to positive infinity e power minus m over 2kt into 2kt over m u square. Okay, m is cancelled out with m, 2kt is cancelled out here. So the equation, final equation we have from this equation is equal to, now we are going to write this in a neat equation. We will have here y square, kt will be constant, we will take this out, y square into e power minus y square dy, and here minus infinity to positive infinity e power, this is e power minus y square, this y square d of y. This all term is in the power of this e exponential term. So now we have solved this complex equation into this form, and now we are going to now I'm introducing you an integral which will be very beneficial for you. This integral is a Gaussian integral, and this integral is equals to that when you integrate from minus infinity to positive infinity, you're integrating from minus infinity to positive infinity any variable x power 2n e power minus alpha x square d of x this will be equals to 2n factorial divided by n factorial, 2n factorial divided by n factorial 2 power 2n under root pi over alpha 2n plus 1. This formula looks a little bit lengthy, but in quantum mechanics, when you are doing the normalization for a wave function, you have to integrate e from minus infinity to positive infinity, and it will also make a form like this, and this formula will help you so much there. It will be so beneficial for you in that case. So now I'm putting the value here, that you can see here n equals to 1. For this case, if you look, x is equals to y, and 2 we can put 1 here, so 2 will be, n here is equals to 1, and alpha here 1 also. Okay, for alpha we also have 1, alpha is 1 here. Okay, so for above value, minus infinity to positive infinity, y square e power minus y square d of y, this will be equals to 2 power 1 factorial over 1 factorial 2 power 2 into 1 under root pi over alpha is equals to 1 power 2 into 1 plus 1. So 2 power 2 is equals to 2, 1 by 4, this will equals to 2, and this will equal to 2 power 2 is equals to 4, 1 factorial is 1, so this will be overall equal to 1 by 2 and 1. Okay, this term will be equals to 1 over 2 under root pi. So easy, it was so easy to calculate. Now we are going to put the value for calculate the value. Now we have to calculate the value for below equation denominator. So minus infinity to positive infinity, e power minus y square d of y, this is equals to, for this you will see in this formula minus y square x, n is equals to 0 here, because n is equals to 0. When n equals to 0, x will be equal to 0 and it will be equal to 1 here. Here we have y power, you can say y power 0. Let's write it, y power 0. Y power 0 is equals to 1. So n here is equals to 0 and alpha is 1 again. Okay, so this time you will put n equals to 0. The factorial of 0 is equals to 1. You know that, you have already studied this in statistics, that the factorial of 0 is equals to 1. 0 factorial below 2 power 0 equals to 1, and this will be under root pi again. This will be formed under root pi again. So these two will be cancelled out here, 0 1, and it will form 1 1 and 2 gives us pi. It will give us pi. So now we have to put this value pi here and half of pi here from here in this equation. Above equation will be formed, kt was in common, and this equation was equals to half of under root pi divided by under root pi. Okay, so this under root pi will be cancelled out with this under root pi, and this will be equal to half of kt. So our E average is equals to half of kt, what we have to prove. So now we have proved that our average energy here is equals to the half of kT. So for 3 dimension we can also write this. For 3D it will be equals to 3 by 2 kT. Okay. So now we have finished our lecture and we have calculated this. As we discussed before that the average kinetic energy is equals to the half of kT per degree of freedom. So it is equal to the half of kT. Thank you very much for your time, and you better subscribe if you like my video. So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. See you next time in the next lecture. In the next lecture we will discuss the Debye shielding.